where you normally get like a shadow around your eye, we're just adding that in. We don't want it to look like makeup. There's no mascara. We're structuring the eyebrows with our new eyebrow thing, which I know something about.
We'll go into the light where we'll take flight. And with the moon beside me, we dance in time. Don't let this distance tell you this is goodbye. It's not goodbye. We'll take flight. We'll take flight.
So now I'm finally back at home, and I know most of you realize that I'm not much of a vlogger, so please excuse me if this isn't any good. But I wanted to show you my haul, and I'm going to start with what I purchased from Selfridges. Starting with SUQQU, I finally purchased some more brushes, and this one is, if it'll focus, this is the eyeshadow brush in medium. This one is a softly rounded dome crease brush, so I'll definitely be using this quite often. I also finally was able to get my hands on the SUQQU eyebrow pen, and this is a waterproof formula, so a lot of people have been loving this as well. I just tend to use my pencils a lot more often, so that's why I didn't really rush to buy this. And I'll open it for you so you can see. But it has a really fine tip, and I will definitely let you know how I like it. And of course, since I was near a SUQQU counter, I had to pick up my favorite lashes from SUQQU. These are the Farfallina, I believe it's called. And these lashes are unbelievably beautiful. They're a mix of brown and black fibers, and I just feel that even though they are a little bit more dramatic and a little heavier, they're totally worth the effort because they just look so good on. And last up for Selfridges, I have a bunch of Chanel. So there's a new powder that was recently released, and it's called the Vitalumiere. It's actually a loose powder, and I purchased 3 of them. I was going to wait until duty free, but I wasn't sure if they would be available there, so I just purchased them at Selfridges. I got 2 for me and 1 for my grandmother, so I bought her color in 20, and then they looked a little lighter, so I went darker than normal. I usually wear 20 in Chanel, so I bought 30 and 40 40 to mix since my forehead is one full shade darker than the rest of my face, despite how much sunscreen I wear. So here I've opened up number 40, and it comes with a kabuki brush. As you can see, the interior is quite simple. There's actually a mesh layer here to prevent the powder from falling out completely, and this kind of compresses the powder. It does look similar to the Tarte packaging for the airbrush powder, but I do think that the Chanel has much better shades, especially if you're in the lighter to fair range. A lot of the Tarte airbrush colors are extremely pink or extremely orange, which is great if you fake tan, but not so much if you don't, and I fall in the don't category. Next up we have the blush in Rose Glacier. I also saw this online recently, so I wanted to purchase the Euro version. I know most people like the American powder versions, but I actually like the Euro baked formula a lot, just because I like my blush really sheer. So here is Rose Glacier. It has a golden sheen to it. Next up we have some Burberry. I am wearing a Burberry nail polish color. This is without a base or a top coat, and it lasted really well for about almost a week now. So I'm going to show you two boxed sets, and these are from their new collection. This is the preview for spring summer 2015 that I did. You can actually watch the video to see the rest of the makeup in action. There's a new eyebrow pencil that I love. So here's the blues set, and as you can see there's a sky blue, a mint green, and a cobalt blue. I'm really excited because I think this is more true to the nail polishes that I like to wear. After all, mint green is one of my favorite colors. And next we have the pinks, which is probably more wearable between the two. I really love the baby pink, and this is the coral red that I'm wearing. It definitely looks glossier with a top coat, but I just didn't have them with me, so I only used the nail color. As you can see, there's only a little bit of tip wear, and that's really awesome considering I was pretty rough on my hands during my London trip. And there is a raspberry burgundy red, which I really love. It's not too dark and it's not too red. So these sets will be available on Burberry.com for the rest of the month. Otherwise you will have to wait to purchase them as singles, not in this pretty little box, when the full collection launches next year. So definitely take up the opportunity while you can to grab these little keepsake boxes. They're really quite cute. Next up, for some Dior, and I was so excited because we received 5 of the new eyeshadow palettes in America, but when I was in London I discovered there are so many more available overseas. So I purchased 3 more. I was only going to buy 2, but I gave in and purchased another one. So I'm just gonna open all of them for you to see. Okay, so here is the reveal of all 3 palettes that I purchased. When I saw this one, I knew immediately that I had to bring it home with me because it's the perfect palette for fall. It has just the right amount of browns and just a hint of purple in this top left shade here. It's just a phenomenally pretty palette. Next up we have this one in a silvery, more metallic pattern, and I love this one just because it is more my style. It's definitely what I like to wear because of course it has glitter in it. As many of you know, I love glitter. And here is the last palette that I decided to purchase. I wasn't sure if I loved this enough to buy it, but I was there and I was in the moment. It's not available at home, so I went for it. Now for some shoes, I finally found and purchased the Isabel Marant sneakers, and I know wedges are so last season, but you know what? I love wedges, I love sneakers, and I just liked the style that was all black. It's really hard to find these in America in my size. I purchased a 36, although I could have sized down to a 35. I just found that they are more comfortable in a 36. And now here's another shoe purchase. I wasn't expecting to buy these. I actually went into Ash looking for some chunky, very British grunge street style boots, but unfortunately they didn't have my size in what I wanted. The smallest size that they carry in Ash is actually a 36, and I wear most of the time in Ash a 35. So I ended up with these gorgeous boots instead. And now for my biggest reveal of all, I finally found at Harrods, which is the most incredible place to shop in the world, in my opinion. I finally found a Chanel black caviar with gold hardware wallet, and I have been looking for this all over, but unfortunately in America they are hard to come by and you need to get on a waiting list for this. So I was so happy to see that they had it in stock. They had an unbelievable selection, honestly. So here it is. It's actually super roomy and you can use this as a clutch. So yes, I was incredibly ecstatic to be able to find this, and now I don't need a wallet for another 10 years. Now for the fun stuff. While I was in Covent Garden where I purchased all the Dior stuff, I discovered this Whittered tea spot, and I purchased an infuser with a little teapot keychain, which I thought was just adorable. And I bought a bunch of gifts for my friends and family. So this is a selection of their green teas. And there is here strawberry rhubarb, some jasmine, some gunpowder, which I'm pretty excited to try. I don't know what that will taste like. And here we have cinnamon and orange. I also got this incredibly cute little tin from Whittered. This is the milk oolong, and this is probably one of the best teas I've ever had. I just love how creamy this oolong is, and I don't ever drink my tea with milk and sugar really, and that's how they recommend you drink it. So I just love the cute packaging, and I'll probably keep other loose leaf teas in this as well. So I don't know if you can see it in there really, but it was delicious. If you're ever nearby a Whittered's, I highly recommend you give this one a try. And again, I apologize if I am a terrible vlogger, but this is my first real attempt at it. But thanks always for tuning in, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye!